everybody, welcome to Comics from the Future. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our big show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now. Start placing your pre-orders for these books. Your pre-orders are due Sunday by 6 o'clock. That way, if you get it in before then, you are guaranteed to get these books when they release in a few weeks. And that is more important than ever with indie number ones blowing up, huge Marvel and DC books that are selling out. It's just best to guarantee it by pre-ordering it.
Yep. Real quick, before we get started, as we have to do sometimes, we are actually recording this on Wednesday evening. I have dad stuff that I have to do on Friday evening, so we're having to do this early. So as you've heard us say before, there is a chance that some of the stuff we talk about on this show, maybe the FOC date, will get pushed back. By the time you watch this, the website should be completely accurate with all the covers and all the trade dress and all that stuff. So at the very worst, you might submit an order for something where the date got pushed back a week. Your order still counts. There's no worry. So there's no danger in anything. But you might see a little bit of a discrepancy between the website and what we talk about here. Probably not, but there is a chance of it. So, but yeah, check the website and it should be accurate.
Yep, so let's get on with it with a huge first one.
Yep.
Our Prime Comic pre-orders is
DC, Marvel, Superman, Spider-Man #1. So this is the next big crossover between DC and Marvel, right? This is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the original, the very first Superman and Spider-Man team up that came out back in 1976. This is the one that's published by DC. Marvel is doing their own Spider-Man Superman that comes out in April, and you can tell by whose name appears first, right? That's how it is. But this one is the one published by DC. And you guys know the drill with these DC Marvel team-up books by now. It's a bunch of different creators telling a bunch of different short anthology stories with different characters teaming up. The thing I like about this one is that they are all either Spider-Man or Superman or adjacent to Spider-Man and Superman, unlike the Deadpool Batman where it was just like random characters. These are all in the same family. So we have the main story from Mark Waid and Jorge Jimenez that sees journalists Clark Kent and Peter Parker chasing the same story. The conspiracy they uncovered could change the world, especially if Brainiac and Dr. Octopus have anything to say about it. So that's your big main story.
I did hear from Mark Waid. I think this book is 72 pages?
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
That's going to be 20-something of the page.
Yeah.
That is your main story in it.
Yeah.
And the other ones will be, 6 to 8 pages.
Yeah. There's another one from Tom King and Jim Lee. It is a tale of Lois Lane and Mary Jane Watson. They're going to meet. There's a Matt Fraction, Steve Lieber story that revisits Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen and Carnage, which that should be fun. There's a Sean Gordon Murphy one with Superboy from the Legion of Superheroes and Spider-Man 2099 meeting up. Cool. There's a story from Gail Simone and Belen Ortega. It's a look at what happens when Power Girl meets the Punisher. I said Spider-Man adjacent. That's close. Yeah, that's close. There's one from Christopher Priest and Daniel Sampere. It's a time when Superboy Prime, who reads all the comics because he's knowledgeable like that, he decides to visit Spider-Man right after he got the black suit. There's a story from Greg Rucka and Nicholas Scott, an exciting race between the Daily Planet and the Daily Bugle. And there is a story from Jeff Lemire and Rafa Sandoval. This is one of my most anticipated ones. It's a story set in the past that sees Pa Kent and Uncle Ben bonding in the face of adversity. So lots of cool stories, and that's just the DC one. We'll talk about the Marvel one in a few weeks when it comes up, and there's even more stories coming out. So this is going to be a lot of fun. You're definitely going to want to pre-order some of these covers, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. Just that interview with Mark Waid talking about, you see, you can always see Superman versus Brainiac or Spider-Man versus Doc Ock, but you can't see Superman versus Doc Ock and Spider-Man versus Brainiac. That kind of fun mashup, I think, is going to be really cool here. And he said there's not going to be how did they meet?
Right.
So this is going to get right into it. We're not going to explain. It's kind of like the Batman Deadpool and a lot of that, where it's we're past the kind of boring part. We're getting right into the action.
And that's how the original one was too, where they just showed it. They were just there together. There was no explanation. There was no, I went through a portal. And I don't care about that stuff. I just want to see these guys interact. So I never need an explanation because these are one-off stories anyway. They're not technically in continuity. They're probably not going to get referenced anywhere else. It doesn't matter how they're there together. It just matters that they are because it's super fun. So covers, there's 22 covers, and I'm probably going to pre-order more than I'm not going to pre-order, I think.
All right, now, are all of them out yet? I know there was, at least at some point recently, there were some that were still kind of grayed out. That they hadn't been.
These are all the ones that were on the Lunar website as of Tuesday night.
But check back, and check the website to see all of them.
Because they did just recently announce some, but I don't remember if those were for this one or if they were for the Marvel Spider-Man Superman. I can't quite remember. But yes, the website, by the time you see this, will have everything that is available for order. So this is our A cover from Jorge Jimenez. There's also a Jim Lee cover.
Very cool.
There's a Raphael Albuquerque cover. There is a Clayton Crane cover. There is a Steve Lieber. There's your Jim Lee.
Like when some of these actually are like the story
that's in them. Yeah. There's a Delato cover.
I think that one is awesome.
That's one of the ones I'm getting. There's a Mitch Gerads cover. There is Adam Hughes Supergirl, 70s Supergirl, and Spider Woman.
Yeah,
there's Michael Janin Superman and Spider-Man, Lex and Green Goblin. There is a Dave Johnson. That one's super cool too.
Yep.
There's a Art Germ. I would love to see that story.
Yep.
There's a J. Scott Campbell. I'm definitely getting that one for sure. There's a Scott Koblish cover with
that's a wraparound, and it has
everybody.
All the crossovers you could ever want. Like Ben Reilly's on there, and
Cyborg
Zod,
Superman was there, and
Steel,
Spider-Ham.
There's Steel fighting Shocker. And very cool. Electro.
David Nakayama, Kingdom Come Superman.
I'm surprised that doesn't have like the old man Spider-Man from like
maybe like a Life Story or something.
Or
The End.
The Rain.
Oh, Spider-Man Rain.
Where he has the big beard. Like I feel like
that would have been cool. Get Kari Andrews to do that one. There's a Daniel Sampere Superboy Prime. So that's actually one of the stories right there. Well, no, not really.
Well, he said Superboy Prime visits him right after Spider-Man gets.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking the one with the Legion. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There is a Rafa Sandoval cover. I'm getting that one too. That's homaging the original. Yeah. There is a Evan Doc Shaner. This one is great too. I had that Superpowers toy when I was a kid.
Because Superman needs a plane, and especially a plane that has big punching fists.
Yeah. There's a Jeff Spokes cover. That one's great too. There is a David Talaski. I'm getting that one. There's a Chrissy Zulo cover that's great. A Jorge Jimenez wraparound cover. So this is different from the A cover. So that's equally great. And a blank cover. So you can draw your own Spider-Man Superman character.
They still didn't get the one I want. Well, good news.
They didn't get the combination of characters I wanted, so I'll do it myself.
Yeah, so this is going to be really important that you pre-order the cover you want because when we're placing the orders, we'll get a fair amount of each of them, but we won't get as many of those as we do the A cover. Yeah. So make sure you get your order in for the variant that you want. Well, moving on, we have Murder Drones #2. This was huge. We were just told, right before this that we had record-breaking sales, number of sales last night because these books go up. #1 came out this week. It went up on Friday. Yesterday, we had so many orders for the #1. I think the Murder Drones fans found out, that it was releasing and found out that they could order it. So we do not have any more on the website of #1. Hopefully they'll do another printing or something like that. But that is why it's so important to get your pre-orders in. Everyone who pre-ordered the #1 got it. They got as many of them as they wanted. And so we are moving on with #2 of this hugely popular series. So we have our teenage drone Uzi. You see at the top with the purple hair. Has made an unlikely bestie in disassembly drone N, who is there at the bottom, whose primary purpose until very recently was to destroy the worker drones. And that's kind of the two sides coming together with these two. But it's not just a wacky prom dates and awkward silences for these two wacky kids. A mysterious force continues to stalk the drone's population from within, leaving a bloody trail in its wake. So this is adapting the second episode of the show, but I really liked with the first one because I feel like I could kind of read it at my own pace. Sometimes the show can be a lot going on and a lot of dialogue, and be able to do that kind of condensed it down to its core and made it for me a little bit easier to follow. And so if that's true with this one, some upcoming episodes are going to be really, really cool. Make sure you get your pre-orders in for this one. We've got our A cover here by Alessio Zano. And we have a B cover by Joe Ming Jiang, who is your interior artist.
And just want to stress again about pre-ordering. We did have to limit one per customer in the store, but if you do pre-order, like you said, you can pre-order as many as you want as long as you pre-order them. That's totally fine.
As long as you pre-order by Sunday at 6 o'clock.
Next up is Deadpool April Fool's Day, and this is a one-shot. This is from Gail Simone, who's writing it. The art is by Cia Villa, Igara, and Robert Gill. It says to join Wade Wilson as we celebrate April Fool's Day the way our ancestors did, with tricks and gags and potentially universe-ending calamity. But the real trick is Wade is being serious. He's being genuine when he figures out how deadly the situation is on April 1st, but no one believes him. And I'm not surprised. He's like the little boy who cried wolf, right? So, but yeah, there is some danger on April Fool's Day, and I guess he's going to have to take care of it because no one else is going to help him. It does say it's rated parental advisory as well. It's not a red band or anything, but maybe it's for maybe slightly more mature readers. But we've seen some variant covers on other books, some April Fool's Day variants, but now this is the actual book.
Pulling down Punisher's pants. And,
right.
And the like.
So this is our A cover. There is a Jim Rugg variant. Oh, he's all alone. His heart's broken. There is a Kai Zama Death's Head variant and a Todd Knock variant. That's great.
Yeah, I love Todd Knock. Well, next up we have White Sky #2. This came out, 2 weeks ago, I believe?
Yeah, last week, I think.
Last week.
Yeah.
And this was another one of these, sprung out of nowhere top sellers, sold out immediately for the #1. We read the #1. We talked about it on our Monday show, and we really liked it. And I'm very interested because the first issue was definitely a setup issue, getting you into the world and then kind of teasing you with what is the big threat here. And I think moving on, we're going to learn more about it. In White Sky #2, after being violently separated from her father, Violet now faces the horrors of the world on her own. And we saw them kind of the Road style or Last of Us style journeying in that first one, but some like raiders or whatever drug him away. So now she's unsure of what to do until she meets the unlikeliest ally, a psychic medium named Walter, who's being held prisoner under a bridge toll plaza, whatever that means. First I was like, a bridge troll? But I guess being held under like some kind of structure. But what I thought was really interesting, if you read the #1, you know that, and the solicitation talked about it, that this world is not zombies, it's not vampires, it's haunted. Yeah. The sky is white and it's haunted by these things, but they're not like a traditional ghost. We saw something in the first issue, a very scary thing rise out of the ground.
Specters or something,
yeah, like cloaked and like there's like fire following them and everything. But to think that a psychic medium in this world maybe is the only thing that can communicate with those things or with this world makes it really interesting. So I'm very excited to check out issue #2 of this. This feels like it could go on a while because I think this world is very interesting and a really fresh twist on a very well-worn path of a story concept.
Yeah, because I love it. I don't know that I've ever seen a story where it's the world that's haunted. We've seen haunted houses and we've seen stories with zombies and vampires, but not haunted worlds.
Yeah.
Not worlds that it's taken over by something other than zombies or vampires.
Yeah, and I thought the first issue had a lot of cool mysteries that they brought up, like
good artwork too.
Yeah, very good artwork. And the idea of like there's like we can't go back because everything before is on fire. It's like, oh, there's a lot going on here. Yeah. So we have our A cover here. We have a JP Mavinga variant. And I mean, this is awesome. And you see some of the ghosts down there,
Yeah.
which this is not what the ones that we saw looked like, but makes me think maybe there's different kinds
Right.
in this. And this is by JP Mavinga, who is your interior artist. So that's what it looks like. And I like this idea of like, man, if only Invincible was in this world, he could get us out of this trouble. He would
Right.
just fly us to space or
Yeah.
something. And you'll be seeing a lot more Invincible variants on this.
Oh yeah. This is Alien Kingkiller #1. This is a new miniseries from Marvel. This is written by Saladin Ahmed. The art is by Carlos Nieto. It's set on a planet overrun by the xenomorphs. The dregs of humanity cling to the protection of the mysterious siblings known as the Three Kings. But these Three Kings have a fourth sibling who is out for revenge, and the humans' remaining protectors are harboring secrets deadlier than the aliens outside their gates. So, Alien fans, here's a news story for you. This is not related to the recent Avengers versus Aliens or any of that
Or
stuff.
Captain
This is
America.
this is just its own. Oh yeah, that was the one I was thinking
Yeah.
of. This is just its own separate new Alien story, and this also said rated parental advisory as well.
Yeah, it's interesting because we just got the new Predator Bloodshed, and now this
Yep,
one, it's
yep.
like they're now expanding to kind of different stories by different creators than we have in the past.
Yeah, it's neat because we've had plenty of Predator books and plenty of Alien books, and then they started crossing them into the Marvel Universe, and now they're telling separate stories again.
Yeah.
So this is our A cover. There's an Alex Maleev variant and a Mark Chiarello variant.
Well, next up we have a new one from Ignition Press, one of our favorite new publishers. This is Everyone Loves a Jewel Thief. Issue #1. This is by Tim Seeley and Aaron Campbell, which I love Tim Seeley's work, so it'll be really cool to see. It says, "What's a struggling writer to do except pull off a jewel heist?" And even from the solicitation, I'm not exactly sure what his overall plan is, because it says novelist C. Scott Fredrickson hasn't written anything of note in years. He's about to lose his adjunct position at the university, be dropped by his agent, and possibly dumped if he doesn't publish a hit and soon. And whatever partner he has is like, you got to publish a hit, or
Yeah, right,
maybe he's
yeah.
not a great person to be with, anyways. Scott has it all figured out, though, a masterfully scripted spectacle to dazzle the masses without doing any real harm. A local celebrity will be robbed of her prized possessions, and Scott will come out on the other side as an anti-hero, showered with publicity and a lucrative book deal. I'm not sure how he's planning on... Is he going to reveal that he's the one who did it? And then people are going to be like, well, they deserved it. Or
Yeah.
is he going to, like, been like, I'm going to write the book about this? Or I'm not sure.
You'll have to read it to find out.
Yeah, but it does say, but he can't do it alone. Every compelling heist needs a crack team of like-minded crooks, and Scott's top recruits are his old high school D&D group and their ragtag townie friends coming in clutch with the getaway car. So I like that idea of like, yeah, if you were like, okay, I need to pull off a heist. I don't know these big like ace safe crackers like this. And you're like, I don't know. There's some guys I play D&D with, and they'd probably be down for it.
Yeah.
So I think this is really fun. It's kind of not a low stakes, but like a not your Ocean's 11 tier robbers. This is
very Ocean's 2, basically. This is a few rungs down. I wonder if they have to roll for initiative and all that stuff.
A lot of the like I was reading like in issue 2 and everything. It leans heavy into the D&D aspect of it.
Nice.
So we've got our A cover here, and we have a Tim Seeley cover, which you can see like their characters at the top that they play as.
That's so cool. All right, so we have a new 12-issue series from Mad Cave. This is called Honor and Curse Eternal. This is written by Mark London, and the art is by Jamie Infante. And I believe this is from Mark London, who wrote that other, the names of the book escape me, which they shouldn't, because we talked about them. The other 3 books, there was like 3 books, and they were all different. One was like a horror book, one was a investigative book, and one was... but they were related, and then they all came together.
Oh, yeah. The hands and that one?
No.
Okay.
I can't. Oh man, I can't remember. And I think Mad Cave reached out to me about this too, so now I feel extra bad for forgetting. But yeah. So this is the next book from Mark London. This is about a ninja warrior named Genshi Sakagura who vanished from history 600 years ago. He was cursed with immortality and haunted by a war-hungry spirit known as the Tengu. But now he's forced out of hiding in present day, I should add. He's forced out of hiding to protect the last descendants of his sworn family, even if it means unleashing the monster within. He's living in modern day New York. His centuries of silence shatter when a terrorist strike and a kidnapping tied to his ancient past force him back into battle. And to reclaim his honor, he must once again unleash the curse that he spent lifetimes trying to contain. So this is very gives me slight vibes of like Highlander.
Mm.
He's lived for hundreds of years, and now it's present day, and he's gonna have to get back into it.
Past is coming back.
Right, yeah. So this should be really cool, and it's 12 issues. A lot of Mad Cave stuff is like 5 or 6, but this is a big one. So this is our A cover, and there is a Philia Bertukin cover.
That one's really cool.
Yeah,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Berserk a little bit too.
Yeah. Well, next up, I'm very excited about this. This is Flash issue 31, and this kicks off our new creative team on Flash by Ryan North, who we are loving on Fantastic Four, and this feels like a perfect fit for Ryan North, and the art is by Gavin Guidry. And in this, Wally West, father, husband, and fastest man alive, now with DCKO in the rearview mirror, Wally can finally relax and live his best life. Or can he? Because an awful lot of people are suddenly relying on the Flash to save them and intentionally putting themselves in danger to ensure that he does. Which I really like that idea for Flash. He can be anywhere super fast, but when it's like the Superman thing, but when there's so much going on, like even he can't be everywhere at once.
Right.
So that, how do you put that kind of stress on Flash? Something sinister is happening behind the scenes, and Wally is right in the crosshairs. I'm so excited for this next run of Flash, this next chapter of Flash. I love it's not getting restarted. It's not getting a new #1.
I was about to say, props to DC, because if I'm being honest, Marvel would have renumbered this, right? New #1, because this is a new creative team, a new direction. It's after an event, but no, DC is just like, no, everything's changing, new story arc, new everything. But we're gonna keep the numbering. Oh, we're going old school.
Yeah, this is how they would have done it back in the day.
Yeah,
and I would even, when people complain about another #1, usually my rule is like, if it's the same creative team, you can keep the numbering, like, how Moon Knight stopped and started its own times, or Spider-Gwen, but it all is the same creative team.
She-Hulk, the Rainbow Ralph She-Hulk.
Yeah, then I'm like, that needs to continue, but a new creative team sometimes does warrant a new #1 because it feels like a completely different thing. But this is much like back in the days of X-Men and that kind of thing, where it did, that was so-and-so worked on it from issue 300 to 356, and then somebody else took it over. So I hope we're getting back to an era of this, because I just think that's healthier for comics to have bigger numbers, and it shows their success and their longevity.
I love that, DC brought back the Bullet logo. They brought back corner box art. Now they're going old school with keeping the numbering, even when a book changes teams. I love this. And we wanted to spotlight this too, because this is a good jumping on point. This is the run of Flash that started with the Cy Spurrier run that I didn't really care for. And then he got what I thought was a pretty ugly, black and red suit. But then, DCKO came in. We got Mark Waid and Christopher Cantwell for a few issues while that tied in, which was good. But he's getting the red suit back, and new story, new creative team, so you can absolutely jump onto Flash right here if you want to.
Yeah, and this A cover is by Gavin Guidry, who is your interior artist, so he's going to look like that.
He's got a great, simplified style, kind of Chris Somney a little bit. He just finished up the JSA Year 1 story arc, so he's perfect for this.
So we've got our A cover here. We have a Peril variant. We have a Brian Bolland variant,
nice
which
homage.
is a great homage. And we have a Gavin Guidry corner box spot foil variant. So,
and that's what the suit looks like. It's a nice hybrid between Barry's suit and Wally's suit. And there's a few pipe. There's a little bit of piping on there, but nothing like all the crazy stuff that we had before. So a very big return to classic form. To put it another way, I'm jumping back on the Flash because of this.
Yeah, I like that suit. He's still got the Wally belt that comes to a point. He's still got the wide eyes. He's got the exposed nose, which is a thing they moved away from.
That was a Barry thing.
That was a Barry thing, and then for a while his covered his nose more like Batman.
Right.
So it is kind of a hybrid of the two.
And he's got the Wally lightning bolt with the 1, 2, 3 points, whereas That's a he had the berry. He has the berry lightning
Yeah.
symbol there, whereas Wally's was just like 1 point, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for this. This is gonna be awesome.
We could get into the details of costume
Oh yeah, for
differences of
sure. Yeah.
characters.
All right, so this is Superman number 36, and we wanted to talk about this one as well because all these books are. This is like the first wave of DC books post DCKO. We'll be talking about some more in a couple minutes. But this is, this is Superman 36. This is the next issue of Superman after DCKO ends. This is still from Joshua Williamson. Dan Mora is back on art for this one. And the Reign of the Superboys story starts here. Now, that's not like one, it's not an event. It's not even like one story that's weaving in and out of the super books. It's just I don't know if I want to call it a status quo, but it's like you said earlier, it's like the reign of the Superman back in the day, where each of the super books deals with a various Superboy or younger super person somehow. And this one is going, at least for the next little while, the main Superman series is going to deal with Superboy Prime because something happens in DCKO number 5 and Superman goes missing. That's not a spoiler. They've been advertising that, and we don't know what happens to him either. We have no idea. We'll know next week. But when Superman goes missing, Superboy Prime steps up to take his place. Because normally Superboy Prime has only been involved in events and things like that, but now he gets a real shot at showing that he can be just as great of a hero as the main Superman. So this is going to be really fun. I don't really know what the story's going to be, what kind of shenanigans he's going to get into. But yeah, so this is a new story arc for Superman too. So if you're a Superboy Prime fan or you want to just jump onto a new Superman story, you can do so right here.
I'm really interested in this because, Superboy Prime is the character that read the comics and then
Right.
he's fourth wall breaking. He knows he's in a comic. But he's been a villain. He was a Yellow Lantern for a long time. During like Blackest Night. He's the one who shattered the time wall in Infinite Crisis. And I would assume that he also remembers these things. I think if anybody remembers things that happen, but we've never got like this, which is like, hey, let's actually see him as Superman or Superboy. Like, what does his version of that look like? We've seen a lot of really cool stuff he's been doing in the main Superman book during KO, but seeing him like how does his knowledge and all of that go into a day-to-day story. I think this is a really unique story that we've never seen before, and that's kind of rare for a Superman book.
Yeah, so this is going to be a lot of fun, and it all starts right here. So this is our A cover from Dan Mora. There's a Juan Ferreira, another one of those like 16-bit video game covers. That's going to be tough to decide between that and the Dan Mora cover, because I've been trying to get these. These are great. There is a Rod Rice cover. There's a Tara and Clark wraparound variant.
And this has your Superboys, your rated Superboys. I wonder, where this is going to be addressed because it's not an event.
Yeah,
but where is like the story of where is Superman? I'm guessing that's going to be within the main Superman book.
Yeah, I'd say this one.
But I do wonder if they're going to acknowledge each other a little bit for this stuff going on. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm excited to see some of these characters like young John Kent, all of that. So
and whoever that new one is.
Yeah, this is going to be a good time to jump into any of the Superman books.
Yep. Let's see. There's a Skylar Patridge corner box spot foil cover. There is an Aiko Reign of the Superboys connecting variant, and we've seen some other ones of these in the last couple weeks. And there is a another Rod Rice.
It's another one, but he's just reading a different book.
Is it a different book?
Yeah, the first one was Absolute Superman, and now this one is this issue.
I had to make sure I didn't put it in here twice. I thought maybe this was foil, but no, there's two different Rod Rice covers that look the same. But yeah, I guess it's just a different book. There needs to be one where it's like a hole in the cover. You could put your own book in there.
Well, next up we have, of course, a big one, Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 18. Number 17 came out this week, and it was awesome with Wonder Woman versus Giganta and the Suicide Squad and what that means and, learning a little bit more about how Zatanna got into this situation and maybe where her allegiances lie. Well, this one is Diana versus Zatanna, and I'm very interested in this because... are they willingly fighting, or is there something else pushing them to do this? What happens when you send a witch to kill a witch? Time to find out as the daughters of the most powerful magic user in the universe come together at last, forced into combat with devastating stakes. It's the Witch of the Wild Isle versus Zatanna, Mistress of Magic. Sounds like another big fight issue, and I am all for that.
Yep.
The one we got this week was like a more of a brawl. This
Yeah.
one might be a little bit more spell slinging. I just want more of this Zatanna. I think she's super cool.
Yeah.
I love the design. I want to know more about her backstory. It talks about her being the daughter of Zatara. Was he a stage magician in this, or was he like a warlock? I don't know.
I feel like we'll get a mini series with her. I feel like later in the year they'll announce maybe a 6-issue miniseries with her. Maybe it won't come out this year, but I feel like we'll hear something.
She's almost the equivalent of Catwoman in Absolute Batman,
Right.
where it's like a supporting character that we haven't delved into some of the backstory, but has, there's going to be a rich one there.
Yep.
So very excited for this one. We've got our A cover here by Hayden Sherman. We have a Terry Dodson cover, which that is beautiful, and a Kendrick Kunka Lim cover with Pegasus, which Pegasus plays an awesome role in this issue.
Yeah.
Came out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next up we have Big Event Check-In. Only really one to talk about this week, but it's part of a pretty big one right now.
Yeah, we just wanted to highlight Venom number 256. This is Death Spiral Part 6. The first part came out this week. It's more of an alpha issue, really.
Yeah, it's
but
like an issue 0.
Yeah, but I mean, the way with Superman, with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man being bi-weekly, I feel pretty sure that we're gonna get a part of Death Spiral almost every week, whether it's in Amazing Spider-Man or Venom. So this is part 6 right here. I think it's 9 parts?
9 parts.
Yeah. The serial killer Torment, who's on the cover there, he is following the path of the Death Spiral, and it's led straight to Dylan Brock. But now Dylan is all alone, injured and on the run, and Venom's other child might be his only hope. And I'm not sure who that's referencing.
I'm not sure.
Oxen, maybe? But will Carnage choose to help Dylan? Or is it's Carnage they're talking about? Yeah, his other child. Yeah, duh. But will Carnage choose to help Dylan or kill him all over again? Because someone's got to die. That's what it says. So yeah, Death Spiral Part 6. If you're planning to get all the parts, don't miss this one. So this is our A cover. There's a David Nakayama color block variant. There is a Dolly Ultimate Farewell variant. And don't get confused. This is not ultimate. This isn't an Ultimate book. This is Venom 256, but there's a couple more of these in this show too,
and they have the trade dress of an Ultimate book, and I feel like Ultimate Farewell is a pretty good title for if they were doing a final issue of Ultimates.
There's an Abon Coelho 9-part connecting variant. These all look great. There's a Mark Bagley classified variant. We don't know what that looks like, and a Scott Koblish spoiler variant,
and they're both
which is also classified, I guess. Yeah.
Pretty soon, every page is going to be classified. You can't read the book, but you know something big's there. Well, next up, we have more Essential Comics, and we're going to kick it off with Justice League Unlimited number 17. And like we were saying earlier, this is, all of these are kind of breaking into brand new stories because they are all post-DCKO, and it's shaking up the status quo on a lot of them. Well, this one, I love this. It's so superpowers.
This makes me want to get out my superpowers toys from the 80s and just bash them together. I love this.
Yeah, so supervillains in the JLU, in the aftermath of DCKO, the Justice League has to work even harder to protect mankind, and that means it's time for new blood to face new challenges. Who will join Wonder Woman and Batman to lead the new JLU? Because Superman's not there. He's missing here as well. I feel like Batman would not be okay with Lex Luthor taking up a spot on the trinity of leaders.
Well, didn't he once before? Wasn't there a Justice League run?
But I don't think it was under different circumstances. But I'm really interested in this because also it's funny because Justice League Unlimited was set up where every hero was on the team, and even that's not enough.
Right.
I guess we got to go to the villains now.
Which I'm not sure. Like King Shark is going to be hanging out with Aquaman out in space during the Emperor Aquaman stuff,
along with
right?
Starro.
Maybe we won't see him, but
I do like this kind of weird roster.
Yeah.
Why just put Martian Manhunter in there? He is a great fill-in for Superman. He can basically do the same things plus more as Superman.
Yeah. Martian Manhunter is probably DC's most underused character.
But this, it's kind of one of the covers of the week. Like I
Yeah,
love
I
this
love
cover.
it. Yeah.
I love how bright it
I
is.
mean when I saw that, I felt like a 5-year-old kid back in the mid '80s. Like I was like, that's my childhood right there.
Yep. So we've got our A cover here by Dan Mora. We have a Bruno Redondo cardstock variant.
Yeah.
We
But
have a Sneezing Brian Bolin
yeah.
cover. It looks like he just sneezed on his hand.
Gross.
Yeah, also put Metamorpho in there. He
Yep.
could be a great leader. We have a Kevin Wada cover, a Stephen Byrne cover, a Leslie Lyrics Lee International Women's Day variant with Vixen, and a Dan Mora corner box spot foil variant, which with Red Tornado, they dealt a lot with him in Justice League Red,
Right.
which he may be kind of prime set up to be a key member now in Unlimited.
And that is my favorite look for Red Tornado. Like seeing that, I want like put him and Martian Manhunter front and center. Like make that like that. What a great duo those guys are.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not reading Justice League Unlimited, it's so fun.
It's fun. It's really fun. All right, so to kind of keep in line with all this is Green Lantern number 33. Now, this is the the first issue of Green Lantern post DCKO, so it's going in it's launching a new story arc. But this is also Legacy number 600. So there's a few different things going on here. Because let's see where to start. In this special oversized 600 issue, Hal Jordan will be tested as never before, and a new Lantern stands poised to step in should he fail. So Hal is going to embark on a mysterious mission while Kyle Rayner finally moves back to Los Angeles and takes up the mantle of Green Lantern of Earth. So basically what's going to happen is, and I'm a few issues behind on Green Lantern. I need to catch up before this. But basically this book, again, it's not getting renumbered. And I believe the creative team is staying the same. But this is going to shift focus from Hal Jordan, which has been a Hal Jordan book for the last 2-3 years. But now it's going to become Kyle focused. So that should be really cool. Kyle fans out there have been wanting some Kyle content, and now we're going to get it. So join Kyle as he finds a job, navigates traffic, and chases down escaped villains from OA. All of this, plus a host of legendary guest artists and writers from Lantern's past, and an answer to the question posed to Starfire in the last issue. And I'm pretty sure Hal Jordan asked her to marry him, so we'll get an answer to that. So a new story arc starting for Green Lantern, but it's also a big anniversary issue as well. So I don't think it's going to be one story. Well, I don't know about that, but there's going to be a few different artists and celebrating 600 issues of Green Lantern. So a big Green Lantern issue here.
Kyle's gonna get a job at Sears selling refrigerators.
Oh no. I have some jokes I can make, but we won't do that here. But so yeah, big Green Lantern issue right here. So this is our A cover. There is a David Nakayama cover, and that is Green Lantern's new costume. Which the reaction online to this was not super positive. I like it. I think it's pretty good. The only thing I don't like is I wish he had the white eyes.
Yeah,
I wish he had a true Domino mask.
I mean, his classic costume, I love it, but it is ridiculous with that giant chunky mask.
Well, and David Nakayama said, because he's the one who designed it, he said that they were trying to take all of the elements from his classic costume, but make them more sleek. Yeah. So that's why he still has the green, bits on his arms, and that's why he's still got the half lantern and the thing. But it's a sleeker version of his classic costume. I like it. I think it's fine. Yeah. There's a David Aja cover with Hal Jordan, and there's a Hermanico corner box spot foil variant with Kyle's new costume, and a Scott Koblish legacy wraparound variant with all what is it? Was it 7,600 lanterns? Or no, 3,600 lanterns, right? I think. I don't remember how many lanterns, but all of them are on this cover.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. And that you've got Alan Scott on there too, and he probably just went to the Green Lantern wiki and just went down the line and just like, okay, I'm gonna draw them all. Well, next up, this sounds really fun. This is Harley Quinn number 60, and this is another great jumping on point because Harley is full of KO energy. She lasted pretty long in the KO fight, and it sounds like a lot of characters are going to have residual energy, like Aquaman and stuff.
I think Guy Gardner, maybe?
Guy Gardner, maybe? Yeah. So what does that mean for all of this? It says Harley has a new lease on life, and it's dark and grittier than ever, and you can call her Bat Quinn now. So I think that sounds really fun. I'm gonna have to check this one out. I haven't read a lot of this run of Harley, but this seems like a really good jumping on point.
Yep.
So we've got our A cover here. We have a David Nakayama cover.
That's great.
We have this
Oh,
one
that's
is
great,
going to be
yeah.
big. This is the Gilla March. Of course, it's an homage
Yep.
to the McFarlane issue, um, which is so cool. So instead of the moon, you've got a triangle or a diamond. We also have this Asset Karabaye cover and a Leslie Lyrics Lee International Women's Day variant as well with a very classic.
That's
Harley.
great. Those are some great covers.
Yeah.
All right, so moving back over to Marvel, we have the Eternals 50th anniversary special, which celebrates the 50th anniversary of the Eternals this year, just like the Superman Spider-Man book. The Eternals first popped up in 1976. So this is from Ralph Macchio and Patrick Stump, who are the writers, and Dale Eaglesham and Michael Cho are the artists. I love both of them, so I'm looking forward to the art on this. The Eternals return in an oversized anniversary special honoring the legendary creations of Jack the King Kirby. Discover untold stories of Earth's immortal protectors, explore their hidden history, and witness the debut of a brand new Eternal, one whose secrets could shake the foundations of the Marvel Universe. It says it's going to feature Captain America, Icarus, the Reject, and introducing the Lost Eternal. So I believe this is just a one shot. It's not a new series or anything, but yeah, celebrating 50 years of Eternals, and we're going to get a new one as well. So this is our A cover. There's an Aiko variant. There is a Dale Eaglesham variant. So that's one of your interior artists. I really like his work a lot. And a Michael Cho variant. That's your other interior artist.
Michael Cho feels like a great fit because he does have a little bit of a Jack Kirby, heavy lines and some the kind of squared off,
simplistic, not a lot of detail. Yeah.
Well, next up we have Marvel Rivals Duel of Kings #1, and you know about the Marvel Rivals. They are a collection of some of the Marvel Unlimited Digital First comics, this time spotlighting Black Panther versus Namor. So if you've been reading those, you'll definitely want to pick this one up. We've got our A cover here, and we have a Salva Espen variant with Jeff, because you got to have Jeff.
Yeah. All right, so this is Dead by Daylight, the Hillbilly #1. This is going to be a 4-issue series. This is written by Derek Friedolfs, and the art is by Dean Kotz and Allison Hugh. And so this is related to the Dead by Daylight game, which I haven't played in a few years, but back when me and my friends used to play it all the time, it was really fun. So in this one, we're going to explore the origins of the original Dead by Daylight killer, the Hillbilly. So it's about a rookie cop who uncovers the face of pure evil. His name is Darnell Hollis. He makes the largest drug bust in his small town's history, and the success draws the attention of City Hall. So he's on the fast track to success because of that, and it could be life-changing for him and his young family. But he's haunted by horrific visions of violence and viscera in waking nightmares. And on Coldwind Farm, which I believe is the original map of the game, Hollis is confronted by a monster who's kept in a dark basement and lives for the slaughter. In the dense fog, a man called Boy, which I guess is the Hillbilly, he tests the strengths of his change, waiting for the day that he'll break free. And this comes with an exclusive game code. You can unlock an exclusive in-game charm using the code inside the book. So yeah, Dead by Daylight fans, because there have been some other comics before, right?
Yeah, there was a mini series, but I like that they're spotlighting some of their original characters because I feel like that's kind of the richness of that game is their character design. I played this for a while, and I had my whatever your not monster character is, your other one, your civilian character, your survivor character, and I got Jill Valentine from Resident Evil.
Oh, no
and that's
way.
all I wanted to do is I just felt like I was playing like this secret Resident Evil game, and I always did really well when I played as her, so that was my go-to.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It would make you, pucker up sometimes, So this is our A cover. There is a Francesca Cerregia cover. There is a gory bagged variant. This is from Ilan Sheedy. I guess it's too hot for public.
It's just full of just like meat, raw meat.
Oh, gross. There's a Nicholas Mortensen variant. There is a Dean Kotz variant. So that is one of your interior artists. There's a Nicholas Mortensen glow in the dark variant, a color blank sketch variant, an Alex Horley foil variant, and an Alex Horley Virgin Pencils variant, which not a incentive, I don't believe.
No, that's just
Yeah.
I like that.
Hmm.
Well, next up we have a new book from Iron Age Comics. This is the Ab, Ab,
Abattoir?
Abattoir.
Abattoir 6?
Yes.
Why not?
I will
Sure.
not say that name again. Or Bader. So this is really interesting. It's like I didn't write. Oh, it's Mina Elwell and AC Medina working on this, and it's described as Escape from New York meets 30 Days of Nights in a Mad Max future. So try to wrap your
My
mind
head's
around
spinning,
that.
yeah.
It's about a post-apocalyptic story about a group of prisoners attempting to escape an Alcatraz-sized complex while being hunted by monstrous vampires. So yeah, I definitely get the 30 Days of Night with the vampires there. I guess it's gonna be like, you know, cars with spikes all over them,
I guess.
drifting around,
With
and
people playing guitars on the top. Yeah.
yeah.
With
I'm
flames.
thinking of literally all these things,
Right.
but together. But it sounds cool. I don't think I've read anything from Iron Age comics, so
No.
that'll be interesting to
Yeah.
see. We've got our A cover here, and we also have a Anna Wozniak cover as well.
All right, so this is Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater presents Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla.
Also, Godzilla Robin Hood.
Yeah, right. So this is from Adam Tierney and Tom Scioli, and the art is by Sean Peacock and Tom Scioli. Oh, Godzilla, Godzilla, wherefore art thou, Godzilla? So first, it's invading the bard's most revered play, Romeo and Juliet. Families at war, forbidden love blossoming, and Godzilla on its path of destruction. Fair Verona won't be so fair for long. And that's not all. Tom Scioli is returning to the series to write and illustrate a backup story starring the legendary thief entitled Robin Hood and the Monster of Nottingham. So I believe this is just a one shot. There have
Following
been some
up from the Great Gatsby.
Oh, was
Gatsby
there one?
meets Godzilla. Yeah.
Oh, because I know there was like a Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater,
Yeah.
like just a without a like a subheading,
Mm.
but this is like a one shot with Romeo and Juliet. My sister has told me I need to order this for her. She has been very adamant about that. So this should be fun. I wonder if he's gonna meet the same end that Romeo and Juliet do.
I just like the idea that it's like the same story, and then right at the end, Godzilla's foot just steps on him, and
Right?
it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah. So this is our A cover from Tom Scioli. There is a Peacock variant and a Beals movie homage variant.
that's cool. And Mecha Godzilla's on there too.
Oh, weird. Maybe they have the same torrid, tragic love story that Romeo and Juliet do.
Well, next up we have Blood Squad 7 Yearbook #1. So Blood Squad 7's been going on for a little while by Joe Casey and Paul Fry, and it's continuing here. This book is a big kind of love letter nod to your 90s image characters and all of that. And the first issue of the epic Blood Squad 7 Yearbook is finally here, and within its extra length, action packed, mind bending conclusion to this epic storyline, secrets will be revealed, worlds will collide, heroes will struggle, legends will die, and things both past and present will never be the same.
Dogs and cats living together.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything you could ever want and more. So if you've
Yeah.
enjoyed Blood Squad 7, I don't know if this will be a great jumping on point or not, but it
Sounds like it's the end.
yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
they're wrapping it up with a yearbook, which is
Right.
kind of a funny.
Yeah.
Usually the yearbook is like a bunch of pinups and that
Yeah.
kind of thing, but if you're reading it, don't miss out on getting this one. And we just have the one cover.
Mhm. So this is the Peril of the Brutal Dark and Ezra Cain mystery #2 of 6. I didn't know until today that it's only a 6-issue miniseries. The first issue came out this week, and I really liked it. So in this one, Carl Meyer is missing, and that's the neighbor of the cop that asked Ezra Miller to find him. So we learn about that in the first issue. So that's one case that Ezra Cain is taking on. Plus the Anvil of Hephaestus that has occult powers that has also been stolen around the same time that Carl Meyer went missing. And only Ezra Cain sees the connection between these two cases. But a visit with his old professor, Dr. Morris, comes with a caution. The anvil's power is more dangerous than Ezra realizes, and after a tip sends Ezra to the Clockworkers Union in Brooklyn, he'll come face to face with the mechanical menace that wields that power. So I've already read this issue, and yeah, so about half of the issue is Ezra Cain meeting with his old archaeology professor, who fills us in a lot on what the Anvil of Hephaestus is and why it would be very, very bad if it fell into the wrong hands. And again, this is set like in the 40s against the backdrop of World War II, and maybe the Nazis are looking for this as well, and it would be bad for them to get this. And then, yeah, there is the last half of the book, the last several pages are very, like it says, he's faced with a mechanical menace that wields this power, and yeah, there's these weird like mechanical, yeah,
Automatons.
automatons. That's what I'm looking for. There's yeah, so that's part
We
of this
saw a bit
series.
of that in the first issue.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm digging this series. This is our A cover. There is a Christopher Minton cover and a Leandro Fernandez cover.
That one's great.
Mhm.
Well, next up we have Universal Monsters Phantom of the Opera #2. #1 came out this week, and by Tyler Boss and Martin Simmons, and it was good. I'm not as familiar with the beat by beat of the source material, but I know this is a little bit different than that. But hopefully, you can open your mind and try a different take on the classic Phantom of the Opera. In this one, Christine's world has never been brighter. I think she's the one who was getting some little whispers while she was on stage about like breathing exercises
Yeah.
and how to be a better opera performer. But when the Phantom of the Opera strikes again, nothing will ever be the same. So maybe the helpful Phantom is not all that nice.
Hmm.
So we've got our A cover here, and we also have a Lee Weeks cover.
And then we have Absolute Martian Manhunter #10. After this, there's 2 issues left before the series ends. And this one says the truth of the Green Martian. John
Yeah.
takes on the agency while his family and his world crumbles around him. Bridget starts to see through the smoke to the malevolent force inside her own house. And where exactly is the Green Martian? So, yeah, the next.
Those are questions I had.
Right,
From this
right, yeah.
last
Those
one.
are all legitimate questions. It's funny. Javier Rodriguez tweeted on Wednesday, or no, it was on Tuesday. He just tweeted, he's like, one more day, and then he just posted a picture of the game Operation. And I was like, I understood that reference,
Yeah.
yeah. So, trippy book. So, this is our A cover. There's a Declan Shalvey cover. There is a Werther Deladera cover, and a James Heron cover.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a more traditional version of this Martian Manhunter just jumping through the city
Yeah.
and stuff, because I want to see more of that character.
Yeah.
Next up, we have continuing stories. I'm going to kick it off with.
Yeah, this is Death Fight Forever #2. #1 came out last week,
Last week
right?
and sold out
was
immediately.
wildly popular. So now this is the second issue. After the events of issue #1, Bash and Marla are awash with grief and rage. If you read the first issue, you know why. Marla confronts Lord Slither while Bash confronts the bottom of a bottle. And both are left worse for wear, but together the would-be enemies may have what it takes to reap the revenge they desperately desire. So if you missed out on the first issue, or if you're going to try to get the second print, you can pre-order the second issue this weekend. This is our A cover from Andrew McLean. There is an Alexis Zirrit variant and an Andrew McLean Invincible team-up variant, which I think that's like a video game style
Yeah.
too, like a fighting game
very
style.
cool.
Yeah, toasty.
Next up, we have the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre issue #2. This is another one that came
Yeah.
out last week and sold out immediately, and it's crazy. Well, after the first one, Agent Clark Nebraska, that's her in the center, is on the case at the Disco Hippo Wonderland theme park. She will bring down the corrupt owner of the park, who's also like a huge drug dealer, hell or high water, until the hippos get unleashed on the park, and now her plans are completely off the rails. And those hippos are hyped up on something that got poured in their water, so watch out. This book is crazy, and I'm guessing it's only going to get crazier. So we've got our A cover here. And they are also doing a second print of #1. So it sold out, but you can go ahead and pre-order the second print. And you'll want to make sure to do this because the second print will also probably sell out.
Yeah, definitely. And next we have Is Ted Okay number 2. Number 1 came out this week, and it's pretty bizarre. And after the explosive conclusion to the first issue, Ted confronts Sarah, who is the person on the cover there, and confesses that he believes that the corporation he works for, it's called Einstein, is he believes that it's overrun with aliens engaged in a nefarious plot. And we saw a little hints of that in the first issue. We don't know if it's true yet, but we saw that he believes that. And seeing that he needs friendly support, she commits to helping him investigate without confessing that her job is to spy on him. We saw a lot of that in the first issue. Her interest is piqued, however, as Ted unexpectedly uncovers evidence of a massive conspiracy deep within the bowels of the massive corporation. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, journalist Kyle begins to interview the mysterious trillionaire and the founder of Einstein, a man named Noah, and we did not see him in the first issue. So, yeah, I think the solicitation said he's like the world's first trillionaire or only trillionaire, and I guarantee he's up to something shady. And this is the only cover.
Well, next up we have Capes, or Invincible Universe Capes number 5, getting ever closer to the number 7, which kicks off the brand new story, but we are still getting the remastered and re-dialogued version of this. And this one's big because it's an all-out war between Capes Incorporated and Chronodial, but will one hero make the ultimate sacrifice? I am so glad that this is going to continue after this because I love these characters and I just want to see more of them. So don't miss out on this. We've got our A cover here.
With Dr. Manhattan.
This A cover is by Ryan Ottley. We also have a Mark Englert, that is your interior artist, and will continue to be your interior artist even into the new stories. And this is another funny one. It's like the Battle Beast Invincible team up. It's like, yeah, it's like he was already there.
Right, yeah.
This is the Mark Englert Invincible team up variant, which Invincible is part of this and has interacted with this group before, so it kind of just seems like a Capes cover.
Yeah, no brainer. All right, so this is Detective Comics number 1107, and again, we just wanted to talk about this one because this is a new story arc in Detective Comics, and this is a good jumping on point if you want to. And this is cool because it's guest starring Green Arrow and Black Canary. Batman is hot on the trail of an abducted teenager who has a mysterious past, but he's found himself at a complete dead end. So, in a rare moment of desperation for Batman, he teams up with Black Canary and Gotham's newest resident, Green Arrow, to investigate a case with unexpected and terrifying implications for Bruce, Dinah, and Oliver's shared history. Will this trio be enough to rescue this girl and unravel the mystery of her past? So, new story arc, and it's cool that we're getting a Batman, Green Arrow, Black Canary team up, even though we have the Batman, Green Arrow, The Question miniseries, but this is different from that. But I like these three characters
it's also
together.
To hear that Green Arrow is moving into
Gotham. Yeah. I don't know if that happened in his series. I didn't finish. I've got all the issues of his series wrapped up a while back. I need to read those.
Poor Star City is undefended.
Yeah, right. So this is the Mikkel Janin A cover. There's an Isad Ribic cover and a Jorge Jimenez corner box spot foil variant. And there might be a couple more covers by the time you see this video. I'm not sure.
Next up, we got a cover gallery because there is some covers to show off.
Yeah, so we have some of this. Okay, so this is Peril number 21. This is the Trish Forstner and Alan Pasalagua variant.
It's the movie homage.
Yeah, and then there is the Tony Fleeks and Trish Forstner Invincible team-up variant.
This is one of the best because this kind of just looks like a Battle Beast cover.
Right.
Like he lands on a strange planet full of cats.
Yeah, and they like worship him or something. There's also Final Boss number 5 Invincible team-up cover from Tyler Kirkham. And there's Hyde Street number 11, the Ivan Rice and Brad Anderson Invincible team-up variant. But that's not all.
No, because we also have I Hate Fairyland, issue number 49. I'm not sure if this is the penultimate issue of I Hate Fairyland. The solicitation for it says penultimate, but it also talks about issue 50, so I don't know if it means it's the issue before 50.
Well, penultimate is the next to last, so
right.
Yeah, so I guess 50 is the last one.
Yeah, so we'll keep our feelers out to see.
That's the worst I've ever seen Invincible look. Like, he has been...
I don't know. There's some times where his whole guts are hanging out, but it is pretty bad and lost a lot of teeth. And of course, this is by Scotty Young. We also have one for Malevolent, number 3. This is the John Bivens cover. And this one's crazy. This is the red coat number 17. This is the Brian Hitch and Brad Anderson Invincible team up cover. And of course, Brian Hitch went all out, and you've got so many characters in Robot
Yeah.
and Kid Omni Man and Mark and Duplicate.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just keeps going on and on. That one is really cool. And I love this one because this feels like an anime or something. This
Yeah.
is the one from Void Rivals. This is the Lorenzo De Felici Invincible team up cover with Thrag. I like the his little silhouette down there as he flies up in the sky.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
This is the Nova Centurion Invincible team. No, wait, that's not right. No, this is Nova Centurion number 6, the Danielle De Nicolo variant.
That's Mark Grayson inside the.
That's right.
the
Yeah.
Nova
Oh, that would be
suit.
kind of cool. There's an Emma Lupacchio variant and a Luciano Vecchio Agents of Shield variant, and I believe this is the last issue of this series as well.
And we also have X-Men number 28, some great covers for this. So this is the David Nakayama color block white cover with Mystique. We have a Giuseppe Camuncoli cover with Cyclops and his visor's out and his buns are out. We have a Luciano Vecchio cover. And we have a Peach Momoko Ultimate Farewell, which just straight up looks like a cover and everything for Ultimate X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, you could think it's maybe Ultimate X-Men number 28, which is weird because it ended with 24, right?
Yeah.
So don't get confused. And this is Mark Spears Monsters, The Monster and the Wolf number 3. And these are all, we have 3 of these. These are all Mark Spears variants, but this is the Monster. There is a Lord of the Undead variant and a Punk variant.
Next up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 17. This is also a Mark Spears cover. But they look scary here.
Yeah. This is Thundercats number 25. This is the A cover. I just thought that was like a really cool A cover from Lucio Perillo. There's an action figure variant, and then there's also a blind bag variant. And this one, so the blind bag for number 25 contains 3 limited editions of the one-shot selected. This isn't a one-shot, so I'm not sure what it says. It says contains 3 limited editions of the one-shot selected randomly from a range of covers exclusive to this offering, including version variants, colored blanks, and more.
It's like they copied and pasted that from a one-shots thing.
Maybe.
But I think it still holds.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the one-shot. Maybe it's like 3 limited editions of the cover to this issue, number 25, which could include version variants and things like that.
We also have some covers for Vampirella, which always have great covers.
Yeah.
This is the Derek Chu cover, and there is the Elias Chatsoudas cover, which I love their coloring style and all that. So cool.
And there's several more of these covers as well. I just picked the ones that I thought was coolest, but there's several more of these that you can see on the website.
Watch out, that snake's gonna bite you.
Mm-hmm.
And next up, we have a bookshelf. There's some cool collected editions to talk about, starting off with DC Finest Wonder Woman Dawn Before Darkness. And this collects some of the issues from the Gail Simone and Greg Rucka and Nicholas Scott and Aaron Lopresti run. This was a great one. So this has Wonder Woman 36 through 44 and 600. Secret 6, 10 through 14, which was written by Gail Simone. So there's kind of a little crossover there. And Blackest Night Wonder Woman 1 through 3.
Okay.
So that kind of tells you when this took place. And a story from the DCU Halloween special from 2009, number 1. So a lot of really good stuff in here. Some good semi-modern Wonder Woman.
Like mid to late 2000s, right before, maybe like a little before New 52 started.
Yeah, this is really great stuff. I was reading Wonder Woman at this time and really liking it.
This is the Green Arrow by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino Deluxe Edition hardcover. And it says it's a new edition, so I guess they released this before. So this is going to be $49.99, and this collects Green Arrow number 17 through 34, and that's from the New 52 when Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino took over, because they didn't start the series originally. It also has issue number 23.1. It has Green Arrow Futures End number 1 and Secret Origins number 4. So if you're a fan of that era of Green Arrow, it's all in one nice hardcover here.
Next up, we have Justice League Red. This is the collected edition that has the whole series. What was it, 5 issues?
5 or 6.
Five
I
or
don't
six
remember.
issues.
Yeah.
This one is really interesting with a Red Tornado who has a big secret and he pulls together this covert team of Justice League members. So if you read it and you want to read it again, or if you never read it and you want to read a complete story, this isn't a volume one. This is the full thing by Saladin Ahmed and Clayton Henry, and you can get it for $17.99.
This is the New Avengers Modern Era Epic Collection Secret Invasions. This is going to be $54.99. So this does not collect the Secret Invasion, the main series, but this collects everything leading up to it. New Avengers, the Brian Michael Bendis New Avengers, issues 38 through 54, and then also Secret Invasion, Dark Reign one shot as well. So I kind of thought this would be cool to include the actual Secret Invasion story in here as well, but I guess it doesn't.
That would have made it maybe too big.
Too big, I guess. But that's been collected in other methods, so this is the stuff leading up to that. So this, if you can find another collection of Secret Invasion, this wouldn't be a nice companion to that.
Yeah. Well, next up we have Star Wars Out of Darkness. So this is actually the full series of this, the most recent Star Wars run by Alex Segura with various artists. It's really interesting that I think this was actually solicited originally as a volume 1, but again, the series ended at issue number 10. So this comes with issue number 1 through 10 plus the 2025 free comic book day book. And you get the full kind of 2025 Star Wars series as we anticipate what is next for Star Wars in comics. And this will be $29.99. Next up, we have some new printings.
So this is the G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 24, the Homophiles edition. Which is a I thought this was like this. I think it's like a facsimile, right?
It's a facsimile,
Yeah,
of the original series.
Yeah, so this is the original G.I. Joe Real American Hero from back in the 80s. This is the first appearance of Firefly, Zartan, and Wild Weasel in the comics, in the original comics. So that written by Larry Hama, which is really cool. So this is the A cover, the Mike Zeck A cover. There's also a Chris Mooneyham cover.
That's cool.
A more modern cover, but still the classic issue. And there is a Mike Zeck foil variant.
Well, next up we've got, this is really cool. This is Invincible Returns facsimile edition number 1. Forgot exactly when this falls. I think this is right before he gets the blue costume. This is usually collected in all of the trades and everything, but it was kind of put out as a big one-shot issue. So it's really cool that they are collecting this because it's it's one of Invincible's few special issues because for a long time the book didn't have variants, it didn't have any other thing. This was kind of the first one of that. There was an issue 0, and then there was this one. So this has a couple of covers too, and I think they're all covers that were originally part of this as well, but they're getting the treatment as well. So we've got our A cover here by David Finch. We have the the Eric Larson cover. Well, it's Eric Larson and Ryan Otley. I think it was the roughs were by Eric Larson and it was finished by Ryan Otley. We also have the Darwin Cook cover. And there is a blank sketch cover, which these have been selling really well. Take them to cons and get people to draw Invincible on them.
And real quick, going back to the G.I. Joe book, the Homophiles edition, every Homophiles edition will feature a special letter from Larry Hama offering new behind-the-scenes information and special insights into the most iconic issues of G.I. Joe printed on Deluxe newsprint. So that's what
these have been going on for a while, but they're really cool.
Yeah, I saw that one, Firefly and Zartan. Like, yeah, the first appearance, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But going to this issue, this is Captain America number 7, the second printing. This is the second part of this current story arc that they're in. And I love that Captain America all the issues have gotten second printings. Like, we're into issue number 7. That doesn't normally happen for just your I love the series.
Book,
yeah, it's just your run-of-the-mill Marvel book, right? I mean, it's your standard Marvel book. It's really good, but it's getting a second print, which I thought is fantastic.
Well, next up we have Wade Wilson, Deadpool number 1. This is the second printing that came out a few weeks ago. This was a really fun first issue for this, and if you missed out, I believe we sold out. We might have some variants left, but we're going to definitely order a lot of these to fill up the shelf with because we really liked issue number 1 of this. Deadpool wasn't as annoying, and
Right.
it was pretty tough in it. So
Yeah.
very cool that it's getting a second printing as well.
And Wolverine Weapons of Armageddon #1 is also getting a second print. And we really like this one as well. And this is the Dan Panosian cover. This originally was a foil cover,
Mhm.
but now this is just like a non-foil version of the Dan Panosian cover.
Yeah. Well, that is it for Comics from the Future. Thank you so much for watching. Head over to infinityflux.net right now where you can place your pre-orders for these books that release in a few weeks. Your pre-orders are due Sunday.
Someday.
They're due
Your pre-orders are due someday. You know, it doesn't matter. Whenever.
Sunday by 6 o'clock. That way you can order as many as you want. You can get whatever covers you want, and you'll be guaranteed to get them when they're released in a few weeks. And like we said, we're filming this a little bit ahead of time on Wednesday because we won't be able to do it on Friday. So things may change a little bit, but all your pre-orders still count. You won't have to worry about that if anything does shift around by then. But some more covers could come into place. So keep checking back all the way till Friday because it's always fun to see what is there. But anything else?
I'm good.
Okay, well,
Yep.
until next time,
See ya.